A lot of things can go wrong, a lot of things to consider. That's why these properties are priced higher. It's not that we're pricing people because they have more money. It's we are assuming a lot more risk by taking on a job like this. What's up, you guys? We are on a job today. I'm going to do a quick video in this one. I want to talk to you guys about why doing jobs for people with a lot of money isn't always the best way to go. Like, you know, for me, I know I thought in the beginning, if I get people with a lot of money, then they're going to pay me a lot of money. I'm going to make a lot of money. But there's a lot of risk and downside to washing some of these bigger homes. As you guys can see here, we've got a pretty big property that we're washing today. Also have a beautiful view behind me. But it just had me thinking, you know, washing some of these bigger properties, there are some liabilities that you run into that you don't get on normal properties. And there's some different things that you have to do that are going to end up taking more time than, let's say, just like a vinyl house that's like 2,500 square feet or whatever the case may be. So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about some of the things you need to look out for. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Before I do, though, if you guys need a resource for how to wash, be sure to check out the How to Wash 2 course. We go over everything from property protection, how to set up your equipment, how to do these jobs, basically so you don't get caught not knowing what to do and messing up somebody's property and putting yourself in a bad position. So if you guys are interested, check out first link in the comment section description. I'm going to flip the camera around. Let's take a look at this property real quick. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the aspects that make some of these jobs a little bit more difficult. First and foremost, you guys are going to notice all of the furniture that has to be moved off of these back patios. Now, you know, normal homes do have furniture and things of that nature, but when you're dealing with higher end homes, you're dealing with a lot more furniture, right? So we got all these chairs, tables, we had to pull out rugs, you know, all this furniture right here. And if you're not covering yourself on the front end by setting expectations with the customer about you moving furniture, then you're going to screw yourself, okay? Because all this takes time to move out. All of it takes time to move back in. The other piece that I don't think a lot of people think about is the liability of moving furniture. So let's say we nick something or something was already nicked that, you know, maybe they didn't know about. In the event that they see it after the case, they're like, hey, you guys messed up my furniture. So that's us taking on extra liability by moving it, you know, in the event that either we damage it or it was damaged prior and the customer didn't notice. So that's the first thing to take into consideration. The second thing I want you guys to take into consideration is the surfaces that you're cleaning. So as you guys can see, we got different kinds of stone here. We got tile, obviously we got stucco, brick, things of that nature, normal house stuff. You also have some painted wood. You have some exposed wood up there. So when you're cleaning some of these houses, they're going to have a lot more materials that could potentially be messed up than, let's just say, like a 2,000 square foot home, right? So you want to make sure that you're treating these with the proper chemicals and that you're using the proper amount of pressure on these, because you could potentially damage them. And damaging something like that on a property of this magnitude is going to cost you a lot of money. It's not just like you're dealing with some of these houses that just have brick or just have stucco or just have vinyl. You're dealing with all of these different types of surfaces. And then lastly, of course, you're going to be dealing with all of these outdoor kitchens. So when you're dealing with outdoor kitchens, you have outdoor outlets, you got TVs, you got wiring and components. You know, even on these fridges right here, you can get water under there. There's just so many different elements to this property that could get damaged within the cleaning process. That's why we make sure we take our precautions with regards to our property protection, as well as we let the homeowner know in advance that there's some areas that we're not going to be cleaning. Like, I'm not cleaning anything up here. And I told them that ahead of time. Hey, we don't want to risk damaging anything up here. There's a lot of electricity, a lot of, you know, TVs and things that could get damaged. So in the event of that, we just let them know, hey, this is something that we're not going to be able to touch while we're here. So couple things that you guys can do to mitigate the risk is, first and foremost, have insurance, obviously. So I'll have an insurance link down below in the comment section description. You don't think about insurance when you're first starting your business until you get on a property like this and until you even start damaging some things. I remember our most expensive house wash that we ever did. It was like $4,000, and it was very extravagant. It was very similar to this. Yes, you can make a lot of money doing these, but you also leave yourself open to more risk. We got water behind an outlet. They had to call an electrician out, and it just was a big headache and ended up costing us money on the job. So we had to pay to cover that. So just so you know, even though there's more upside to cleaning these with regards to pricing, there's also more downside with regards to the risk that you're going to take. Even the fixtures, you guys see all these fixtures, you see these lights that are up here. We just take the utmost precaution when doing all this, because messing one of these things up can really screw you. So like I said, how do you cover yourself? First and foremost, insurance. Secondly, you guys want to make sure that you have terms and conditions attached to every single estimate. If you guys don't have a customer contract in place, I will leave a link down below for a customer contract. Thirdly, you want to make sure that your customers are accepting the terms and conditions whenever they are accepting the estimate. That's one thing that you can do within Quote IQ, which I'll leave a link for down in the comment section description. Another beautiful thing when you're using Quote IQ is they actually have to sign off now on every single estimate. So, you know, once they've accepted it, they also have to write their signature in, which is then time and date stamped to the PDF. So just adding that little extra layer of protection. Let's say you did a big house like this, and then for whatever reason, the person didn't want to pay you. You're covered because you got their signature, you got obviously the text receipts. It just adds another layer of protection. So getting the insurance, getting the customer contract in place, getting the terms and conditions that are accepted upon the acceptance of the estimate, these are all crucial factors in protecting yourself when it comes to doing properties like this. So I just want to make a quick video letting you guys know, yes, it's super cool when you land a big house. It's super cool when you know, you make a lot of money, but there are a lot of downsides. Like even if we look at this house over here, you know, what are you looking at? You're looking at a big outdoor kitchen, right? Same thing, a lot of liability there. There's a lot of like hanging lights and TVs and exposed wood right here. I'm trying to show you guys. They have a pizza oven. You know what I mean? That's super cool. The one thing that I do really like about coming out and doing some of these big properties like this is just, it's kind of inspiring, right? Like these people are just normal people, just like me. They're working and they get to enjoy a beautiful view every morning. They have an awesome outdoor kitchen. They live in a, you know, beautiful subdivision. People are just playing golf right now. So kind of inspiring, if you will. So anyway, we're gonna get back to it. You know, we just had to do a second balcony right here. Another thing is they weren't home. So what do we have to do? Ladder up. You know, you're dealing with working higher up. You know, we'd never have to do this on a single story home. That's just vinyl. It's also going to take you more time, right? So last thing, it's going to take you a little bit more time to do properties like this. They're not as just like run in, run out. Like look at even all the furniture up here. So a lot of things can go wrong, a lot of things to consider. That's why these properties are priced higher. It's not that we're pricing people because they have more money. It's we are assuming a lot more risk by taking on a job like this. So if you got some value out of this one, comment down below value. I'll hashtag you're a real one. My name is Justin. Let's for self-employed. Till next time. Hustle hard, get that money, baby. Peace.